Hello everyone! In today's video, we're gonna show you what Istanbul looks like after the first lockdown here in the country. And for the first time in I don't know how many months, but about 3 or 4 months, we can finally go out on a Saturday. So we're gonna be showing you what the city looks like, and also if you want to know what are the new measurements taken in the country by the government, don't miss this video. So let's go and check it out. And we are so happy because today we're gonna show you what the city looks like, especially in the most local areas, on the first weekend with no lockdown. This means on Saturday. So our first point is here in Beşiktaş, and we're just walking through its streets, and we will figure out what people are doing here right now. At the moment, we are in this famous street, which previously we have shown you in one of our videos here in Beşiktaş, and right now it's so crowded. Even people are waiting outside to find a table, because one of the new measures is that the restaurants, they can only receive the 50% of their total capacity. So it is so crowded, people are waiting outside, but it feels so good to see life coming back to the city. After Beşiktaş, we decided going to Taksim, Istiklal Street, and Galata Tower. This is one of the main touristic areas in the city, but also is a place where many locals gather at one of the many coffee shops, restaurants, or patisseries. This zone was quite active and bustling, and after many months, we were finally able to see for the first time crowded streets once again. For the past months, Turkey has been implementing different restrictions and regulations in order to reduce the positive cases of COVID-19 in Turkey. And as of March 1st, finally some of those restrictions have changed. And here we're going to be explaining to you what are the new changes, so you have to keep them in mind whenever you're planning on traveling to Turkey. Before explaining each one of these measurements, we need to inform you that Turkey has been divided into different categories in order to implement different measurements according to the positive cases they have. For example, they have new categories such as blue, which are the provinces with low risk. The yellow ones are medium risk, orange ones high risk, and the red ones are very high risk. As you can see from this map, Istanbul is considered as a high risk, and mostly the Black Sea region is in red, and those ones are high risk provinces. And basically, according to each province and to each color, different measurements will be taken. Now we will be explaining to you according to the color and what are the new regulations imposed to those provinces. The provinces in blue, which mean low risk, and those ones in yellow, which are medium risk, now they will have curfews the 7 days a week, but only between 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Remember that curfews are only for Turkish citizens and residents. Basically, the tourist, if you're coming here to Turkey as a tourist, you don't have to stay at home during the curfew hours. And also for the full weekend, the curfews are finally removed for this category. So basically, before that we had to stay at home between Saturday and Sunday until Monday morning. Now for these colors, there are no curfews anymore. Also, the restaurants, cafes, patisseries, and similar businesses have finally opened their doors, and they will only operate between 7 in the morning to 7 p.m. And those businesses will only offer takeaway and delivery service between 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and only delivery services from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Of course, for each of these restaurants, they won't be receiving people, like a lot of people inside the place, so they can only receive the 50% of their capacity, and they will be asking for the HES code as well. Regarding the provinces in orange color, which means the high risk ones, and where Istanbul included, here the curfews from Monday to Saturday are only between 9 p.m. to 5 in the morning. And basically on Saturdays we can finally go out once again. We will only have full curfews between Sundays to Monday morning at 5 in the morning. We'll be finishing. And of course, once again, the tourists are exempted. Just as in the yellow and blue color, also here the restaurants are already open with the same restrictions, and also the HES code will be asked for. For the provinces in red, that means the very high risk ones, the curfews will apply just the same as the orange provinces. And the only difference between these two is that in the red ones, the restaurants, cafes, and pastry shops will not open the doors to the public. They will continue offering their services just as takeaway and delivery. The map that we have shown you before will be changing every 2 weeks. And for example, in this case, every province of Turkey will be analyzing according to the numbers of positive cases in the provinces. And these provinces might be changing a color depending on the number of cases. That is why we will suggest you that if you want to keep an eye on these numbers, we would like to invite you to follow us through our social media, especially Instagram, because through our stories, every time when there is an update, we are immediately sharing it to our followers and subscribers. Our last stops were Eminönü, Galata Bridge, and of course Kadıköy on the Asian side of the city, where also the places and restaurants were pretty packed. All we saw were happy faces all around, enjoying for the first time a free Saturday. Now that you know the main new measures, keep them in mind for your upcoming trip to Turkey. You can also follow them up in our blog, turkeylocaltips.com. Thanks a lot for watching our video. And if you want to keep receiving more weekly tips about Istanbul, then don't forget to click the subscribe button. See you next time!